So after you've done your stripes, after you've done your snap lines, should I say, you're going to end up with 5 areas, and you're going to paint these 2 areas. Now this is cutting in practice for doing against your door frame, your windows, your curving, everything. So you're cutting a lot as a decorator, so we need to know how to hold the brush correctly. And this is a good exercise to be able to show you how to use the brush correctly. Alright, so make sure you've got enough paint in your kettle. I have noticed some people don't put much paint in the kettle. Make sure you've got enough. You need to have enough to cover the bristles, because if you go for a break, you need to be able to put the brush in the paint and the care. So load it up nicely. What you need to do is, I'll show you from both angles. I'll even show you left-handed. So I'm right-handed. Let me go to this one because I've masked this one. I've masked the top of the curving so that I can concentrate on cutting in rather than thinking about the corners. Okay, so it's just cutting in practice. So the key is to get the brush on the surface, bend the handle like that. Okay, take a little bit of paint out there. So brush on the surface, bend the handle, then shimmy the brush up to the line, and then just take the brush down the line like that. As long as you're keeping them bristles together and tight, you're going to get a straight line. It's when your bristles start to flare out that you can't create a straight line. So again, take some excess out to the edge, bending the brush up like that, and then down against the line. What I would say is, go to about there, and then do the other side, rather than do one side all the way to the floor, else you're going to end up with dry edges here. Okay, so I'll just go up to the top there. Can you see that, Ben, from where you were? Just using the brush as a chisel, just using the corner of the brush there to do that top edge. And for the other side, your right-handed people, you're going to have to do some type of jiggery-pokery with your arm. Shimmy it up to the line like that, and then take it down the chalk line again. You can fall just short of the chalk line or on the chalk line. There. So I'll just go down to the same area I've just done. So you can see my paintbrush is quite loaded up at the end. Okay, my bristles were quite loaded with paint, and that's how you're going to get a straight edge. When you've got to about there, on the top. Sometimes, I will say, sometimes you get a thick edge like that. Alright, what I tend to do is just brush it in like that, just to get rid of that thick edge. Obviously I'm wiping my hand at the same time. Okay, and I'll just go again. Sometimes you have too much paint on your brush and you get too much of a thick edge. It's still a little bit thick, but it might flow out. So then what you're doing, you're just spreading the paint about, making sure that you're not leaving it thick, because it's 2 thin coats, remember, are better than 1. Okay, now it's water-based paint, so you don't have to lay it off, you just lay it random, you don't have to lay it in one straight go. Okay, so that's doing it with you, that's for right-handed people. Now for left-handed people, you're going to have to come to this side, Ben, so you can see this. I'll have to put the kettle down because I can't hold that with my left hand, the right hand and right with my left. So left-handed, just the same, to the top. So this is the arm I've got to jiggery poker with now. To there, bend the bristles, bring the brush down the line. Okay, I'm not as good with my left hand, obviously, because I'm right-handed. But just for the left-handed people, just showing you how to hold the brush in case you're confused. And again, at this side, I have to concentrate more when I'm doing it with my left hand. You can see all the time that my brush is loaded up at the edge. Okay, so just going to do that. because I ain't got a line up there for some reason. Must have stopped short. And then fill in the centre. Obviously, if you're left-handed, you do it with left hand. Yeah, so just filling in the centre, just as you did, just as I did with my right hand. Okay, 2 coats. Okay, so don't try and get it to cover and put it on too thick. 2 thin coats are always better than 1 thick coat because they look better at the finish. All right, so masking tape just the top of your coving. As you get to the bottom, you can masking tape the top of your skirting as well. If you've got a socket, you can take it off, so you can carry on with that straight line. All right with everybody? Yeah, any questions? No, you can pick whatever colour you want as well with this. All right, I'm using a 2-inch synthetic as well. All right, as I said, don't think you can get straighter lines by using a smaller brush. The brush, you have to be able to get them bristles to sort of bring the paint to the edge. If you're trying to use a small brush, it's harder. All right, okay.